Welcome back, trainers. Let's go ahead and take a look at some more Go Battle League battles here in the Premier Cup for the Master League. Now I'm going to continue to use Shadow Snorlax as well as Gyarados and Metagross. We're going to switch up the Gyarados in a little bit for a Swampert because I just found myself in situations where that team comp will probably help me out just a little bit better depending on how I ran it. So Snorlax is fantastic. I did decide to go switch it over to Body Slam from the Superpower just to test it out to see how it works. And I found some success with it. I still need to get used to it right now. But for the most part, it's great. If you raise your defense with Snorlax that is already tanky, that's going to be great. Now think about a Shadow. You're going to be losing that 20% in defense because you're going to be gaining 20% in attack. So you're going to kind of make up for that some ways and then just have the attack raised, right? So it's going to be pretty good. Enjoying it quite a bit. I think it's definitely a staple. I want to continue to make teams around my Shadow Snorlax. One, it was extremely expensive. And two, it performs magnificent. I mean, there are Pokemon that can definitely take it out, no problem, or hit it pretty hard. But the thing is, there is no really hard counters to it. Snorlax gives everything a bit of trouble with the current meta that we do have. And it also threatens the top meta, which is going to be Metagross with its Lick, and then potentially Earthquake or even Superpower. If you have a Shadow and you're, I guess, want to just Body Slam down, and that can work as well. But with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the battles here. I'm going to be able to get myself up to around 2,800 points, and it's difficult, guys. We'll get into the commentary in a second. It's going to be, I'm going to tell you straight up, though. I'm getting good leads a lot of times. I'm just screwing up, just straight up. Like, it's either going to be me not swapping correctly or just making an error. Like, you have to be perfect when it comes down to these battles. When you get higher up on the points, there's no room for error. I find myself picking up a lot of wins because I am taking advantage of little mistakes that my opponent made. So it's not like, these people don't know what they're doing or anything. Sometimes, we're just human. We make a little bit of a mistake. And if you can pick up on that when your opponent does do that and take advantage of that, well, you're going to be able to maybe pull off a win. And that's simple as that. Anyways, looks like the opponent went for a wild charge on the Magnezone and then bailed out. And we did go into that mirror match with the Gyaradoses. I'm going to be bringing in my Snorlax here to get off one more Body Slam before it does go down here, making my decision. Going to go ahead and go in with the, I thought he might try to get off a charge move, but he didn't. So he just gained energy. That's just a little bit unfortunate. So they're going for a Hurricane. We have no more shields left. In comes Magnezone. We're farming down. That was great. And the Dragonite will come back, and we're just going to go straight for that Meteor Mash and taking the win there. Now, yeah. So you pick up on those little mistakes there. So we are met with a Metagross. This is great for us. Getting ready for a potential switch. Meteor Mash is going to hurt, but more than likely you should shield the first one. That's just me. Maybe you can shield the second one, however you like to play. Usually you want to not use your shield right away, but yeah, it all depends on your strategy. Anyways, they're going to be swapping into their Dragonite. We're going to be going into our Metagross here. Expecting that Hurricane, building up a little bit of extra energy here on the Metagross. Going for that Meteor Mash to take out that Dragonite. There are two shields on their end. We only have one, so we have to play this correct. Going to be trying to get a shield out of them, seeing that there's no point to hoard those anymore. But they let it go through. This guy's like, nah, I'm going to two-shield you here. All right, so let's see exactly how this plays out. So we have the Gyarados still at full health. We're definitely going to let this Meteor Mash go through. Doing a decent amount of damage to the squishy Gyarados. We're going to be swapping into our Snorlax immediately here. Going for a Body Slam. Going to try to go for a Skull Bash. Did we get to that Skull Bash? Another Body Slam. Okay, we weren't brave enough. But they did use a shield and we're able to go for another one here. I think that's probably why I didn't want to go for it, because they would have just shielded it up anyways. And we're able to get to another Body Slam. Let's go. Taking out the Gyarados. Oh, not taking out the Gyarados. All right, now we are. And, okay, it's our game there. Fantastic. All right. So I find myself now trying to hold my shields almost to just the very end, to that last situation that I potentially need, and I end up not using it. I need to stop doing that. It's good to save your shields for a tight situation at the end, but hoarding them to the point where you're ending several matches with one shield left is not good. When you could have thought about a situation where you could have used it and then well, that would have ended in a result of winning. Anyways, up against the Snorlax here with our Gyarados. Alright, so the reason why I like to swap into Gyarados into a Snorlax is because usually they have Body Slam and Superpower, or Body Slam and Earthquake. If that's the case, then they're only going to be able to go for Body Slam. So it's generally kind of a safer option, even though it's still going to do a lot. As you can see here, we didn't want to use any shields, so that's another reason why I went down first. Going back in here with the Snorlax, I think we're going for Superpower now, or Skull Bash. Have I been calling it Superpower? Skull Bash. Man, wow. Get in the zone, Poke. All right. So, yeah, Skull Bash. Raise your defense. Hopefully I haven't been calling Superpower this whole time. Anyways, we are building a ton of energy here, expecting a shield out of them because they don't want to lose all that, right? So there goes the first shield. We have 2 shields left. Hopefully this is not going to be a mirror shot here. It's going to be a wild charge. And what do we do here? I remember this. We let it go through. We thought it was going to be a bait. And at this point, I was like, yeah, I was going to win. But, you know, sometimes you have to make those calls where they're going to bait or not. I think I was in a position to just shield it up anyways, and I would have been fine. So kind of screwed that one up. Anyways, on to the next match. We are leading with the Snorlax, of course, and we're met with a Rhyperior, hitting us with a Superpower. I don't know if they actually were able to retreat on time. Nope, they're shielding up our Body Slam, fantastic. And now we're going to go for a Superpower, see if we can get 2 shields out of them, which would be great. Or they can let it go through, which is also fantastic, because at this point we have 1 shield and so do they. Our attack and defense have been dropped, unfortunately. But they're going to have to throw probably a Sand Tomb because, well, I mean, the quick moves aren't really doing much. So, yeah, Sand Tomb at this point. Let's see. Oh, Outrage. They realize that that's what they're going to have to do to take me out because I'm going to be able to keep Body Slam spamming them. So we're going in here with Gyarados, and unfortunately it was an Outrage. I was expecting a bait to try to get my last shield. This, I wasn't 100%. It's a Sand Tomb, so we let it go through, thank goodness. Right, going to be going for the Crunch. You know what I should have done here? Oh, I was thinking Farm Down, but they swapped, so it doesn't really matter. We're going into our Metagross, like, what? Bring it on. I'm not very effective, but I'm still going to run over you, right? This thing is just so disgustingly strong, the Metagross. So anyways, the Gyarados is over there trying to do what it can and getting off that Crunch. Is that? Yep, Waterfall. So it's going to be better than a Dragon Breath going up against the Metagross for neutral damage with the quick move. Getting that one through, in comes the Garchomp, and we're able to win with that Metagross there. Fantastic. So taking 3 wins, and we're moving on up. We're going to look at one more set that I did have last night, and honestly I should have just called it quits after that because I mean I didn't drop too dramatically. I'm back down to around 2,785 or so, which isn't great, but you know, dang. Anyways, we don't need to burden on that. We just try better and try. We still have a few more days of this season too. Alright, so Snorlax versus Snorlax. How's this gonna happen here? Shadow versus Shadow? Let's get it. Alright. And they're going for that Body Slam. I remember this was a little nerve-wracking because you don't know if they're going to throw the Superpower or not. So they're going Body Slam all the way. Now the thing about this mirror match here is even if they have a sliver of health, the Lick's doing nothing. So yeah. And we're able to get to a Body Slam. We let it go through. Getting a little brave over here. Alright, so I used the shield though. Unfortunately, they didn't. So I'm not at a complete disadvantage because now they bring in a Pokemon and we have switch advantage. So they're going to decide to stick it out here. Now, Meteor Mash will be doing a ton of damage. So, yeah, we're not exactly charging up Crunch really fast. So we're not in a great position. Letting that first one go through to preserve it. Bullet Punch is not really going to be doing much to us at all. Going to be swapping into Metagross to catch this so we can preserve our shield and hope there's a Togekiss back there. And it's a Dragonite. I mean, that's okay as well. That's not bad. Although Dragon Breath is going to start adding up. Dragon Claw also starts adding up too. Now let's go ahead and hit that Dragonite for a ton of damage. They're deciding to shield it up. Probably a good call there. Are we going to survive this Dragon Claw? That is the question, and get off this Meteor Mash, because if we can, that's going to be big, and we're able to. Let's get it, folks. All right. This should take them out. Alrighty. Bringing in the Metagross. Getting that Crunch off. Are we going to be able to take this win? I did not see how much health was left, and we are. Fantastic. Beautiful. Alrighty, on to the next one. We are met with a Magnezone here. Are we back to Superpower? We are. We took that Skull Bash off. I was like, you know, it's good, and it's definitely something I want to continue to try if I'm able to get to rank 10 and just mess around with it after that. But definitely a good option to go with that Skull Bash, raising your defense and doing a lot of neutral, or should I say stab damage. Well, yeah, pretty much neutral to everything except for Ghost, Steel, and Rock, right? Anyways, up against the Magnezone here. Going to be going for that Crunch. And yeah, just going to play this out. They're going to farm me down. They have a bunch of energy. So now what am I going to do? Go in here with the Snorlax and try to get that charge move off. But they got the charge move priority with the Magnezone. And now we're going to go ahead and go Body Slam. Since they did lower their defense, we don't need to hit them with Superpower by any means. Magnezone is already kind of squishy as it is. Letting that go through, they're swapping into their Dragonite, and we're going into our Metagross here at an even shield situation. This, folks, is looking great. All right, so we're going to get off this Meteor Mash here. They're going to be shielding it up. Obviously, the best option to go with. And I think we're going to shield this Hurricane. All right, good call, good call. Not very effective, but still doing a ton of damage. Knowing that this is a Dragon Claw, we are able to just let this go through. I do believe this trainer does have Dragon Tail as well instead of Dragon Breath, which isn't horrible. It's going to charge moves a little faster, I do believe. I think. Anyways, bringing in that Snorlax immediately, going for that Body Slam, taking out that Magnezone and taking the win. All right, on to the next one here. Just a couple more battles for you folks. Met with another Rhyperior, so we have to worry about Superpower, right? And Rhyperior is pretty good. Rhyperior is pretty good. So they're going Superpower and retreating here. So I decide to just do the same. I'm going to go for Superpower. I don't know if I go for 2. All right, so we can just do 1, save energy, swap into Gyarados to absorb this Superpower or Body Slam. Yeah, that'd been amazing if it was Superpower. But the thing is, not a lot of people are going to go for Superpower if they're locked in with their Snorlax with a lot of health. That's just, no, you don't do that. Unless you had a ton of energy built up and you knew you're going to be able to get it through, and or you wanted your Snorlax to faint. Just had to say that before somebody corrected me, like, well. But anyways, let's see what we have going on here. We have 1 shield, they have 2. We're going to go ahead and go with Metagross because this is not going to be a Mud Slap. It's going to be a Smackdown. So we're resisting the quick moves. And then we don't have to really worry about Rock Wrecker. So they're going to be swapping into Dragonite. We're going to go ahead and go into our Metagross and shield this up and get this off, and we're going to expect to shield out of them here. All right, go into Snorlax and go Body Slam. I do believe I messed this up. Do I? I think I did. And I don't know. I feel like I should have just stayed Metagross, but I feel like they also could have just farmed me down even more. So we're able to get to another Body Slam barely. I guess that, hey, that's worth something, but they have another Pokemon back there, I do believe. Yeah. And, oh no. All right, so maybe should have stayed with Metagross, but it is what it is. Taking that loss there. Good game. All right, now let's go ahead and move it on to the final battles here. Actually, we're going to start to use Swampert now. All right, so goodbye, Gyarados. Hello, Swampert. Gyarados is still fantastic. I just wanted to go with this. And we do have Hydro Cannon and Earthquake currently on this Swampert. So we're met with a Dragonite swapping into Snorlax immediately here. And I was thinking to myself, this is great. I love that when they swap into Togekiss. When I do whip out the Snorlax. All right, so let's go ahead and just keep going with these Body Slams. Obviously, we did take off Skull Bash, and we're able to take them out. They didn't shield anything up. I wonder what the strategy is here. We're going to shield this up. Unfortunately, didn't have to do that. But, yeah, we're not even able to get off our thing. I guess they're using their energy here instead of just farming us down, I suppose. I guess. So now they're going to have to build up even more to get to that big move. They want to do a little bit more damage than a Dragon Claw is going to be doing. So they're swapping into Metagross, and we're just going to go straight into our Swampert here, and we're looking good. Now, you can run Sludge Wave instead of Earthquake on your Swampert for coverage up against Dragonite. Togekiss, I mean, that's going to be good, but there's been so many situations where Earthquake has just helped me take the win. Able to get to another Hydro Cannon here to do chip damage on the Dragonite. I mean, this combo is just so great, but I did test out Sludge Wave. I think that's why I kind of started messing up my score. I keep changing the moves. I keep my team. I just change moves to see how things work. I should stop seeing how things work, know how they work, and say, okay, well, I need to really start thinking about situations in which I have these moves instead of just, oh, I'm going to test this out. I mean, at this rank, like there is no go into the Go Battle League and have fun. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is, right? I mean, but there should be like a free-for-all. No points, just whatever, right? All leagues as well. Anyways, take a look at this match here. We're up against a Dragonite with our Snorlax here. So we're just going to go Body Slams all the way. Now, every time, this is one of the reasons why I kind of took Skull Bash off. I know you have to have a little finesse using it, obviously, but I would build up to Skull Bash, and I would go for Body Slam, and they would let it go through. I would build up to Skull Bash, I would go to Skull Bash to another opponent, and they would shield it up. And so on and so on, and that pattern continues. So I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with this Skull Bash. I know it has great potential. It's been good a few times, but I just need that superpower right now. All right. Anyway, also going up against a Rhyperior, Skull Bash does a lot of damage, just to let you know. Anyways, they are bringing in the Dragonite, getting rid of that energy here. We still have a shield left. We're going to go ahead and let that go through. Bringing in the Metagross that is so healthy still. They have one shield left too, and their own Metagross, but the thing that we have going for us right now, folks, is an energy advantage. So we're just going to go straight for the Earthquake. Maybe they think I'm going to bait. They're like, nah, I'm not taking the risk here. You're going to go ahead and do that. And we're able to get to another one, but luckily we were able to shield this up with that we saved, and there you go. Why you kind of want to wait till the end to save shields. And we're going to be able to take out this Metagross with Earthquake. Looking good. And that's going to be it, folks. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And let's go. Man, this is getting really difficult. But, I mean, it is what it is. Let's get it. And, yeah. Thanks for watching, traders. Take care.